Party finds the big bad evil guy. He's mid-apotheosis and talks about how he has the power of a god. Party decides they can't stand up to a guy with the power of a god. They leave, and the world ends. Hello! What's up everybody, welcome to another DnDGreentext video. How are you guys doing? Hoping a wonderful day today. Before jumping into the video, I wanna quickly kindly ask you if you wanna take a second to smash the like button. It helps out and I appreciate it a lot, so thanks so much for doing that. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Petty DM. Petty DM stories. I'll start. Be me. Be playing Totem Warrior Barbarian. Pick Bear because I enjoy being the Demir Sponge so that squishy team members survive encounters. DM pits us up against a group of bandits. Bandit hits me with sword. DM tells me that I take 10 points of damage. I remind him that I'm raging and I would only take half. Oh no, his sword deals psychic damage instead of slashing. Confused, but say okay. Next bandit hits with firebolt. DM tells me they use the transmute meta magic to change it to psychic. Start feeling targeted. Next bandit punches me. Somehow it also deals psychic damage. Call shenanigans, but the DM tells me that I'm only whining about nothing. He then says that the bandit's dog bites me and deals 2d8 psychic damage. My face when... Okay, dude, this is some next level pettiness. This is ridiculous actually. Party defeats a mountain with animal cruelty. A funny story from a game that I'm in that I wanted to share with you all. Also, my first actual green text, so sorry if there are any errors made. Be me. Be playing 5th edition with heavy homebrew. Traveling from our town to a neighboring country to do some good old diplomacy. End up taking a shortcut through the snowy mountains to cut a few days off of our journey. Big mistake. After investigating some weird noises, we end up finding an ice and earth elemental hybrid the size of a mountain beating a giant to death. Genuinely consider retreating. Wizard then gets an idea. He goes up to the mountain creature and casts polymorph on it. DM rolls poorly. The mountain is now a turtle. Being as dumb as we are, we decide that we want to kill this thing to get a milestone level up. Warlock gets a great idea. Lad is a demon that has 30 feet flying speed, which is a homebrew raise that the DM gave. He picks up the turtle and flies 200 feet into the air. He then drops it, and the turtle takes 20d6 fall damage, which carries over into its mountain form, which had its turn skipped because of the wizard's shenanigans. We decide to try this again. DM rolls horribly. DM facepalms. We repeat this process 2 more times. We even dop our Artificer's Steel Defender in the form of a metal capybara, on top of it dealing 30d6 bludgeoning. This broke the Steel Defender. Artificer gains temporary madness after seeing their boy crash into a million bits. Mountain is still not dead after all this. DM then gets his 1 turn during the entire fight. Only hits 2 of us and does a third of our health. Next round we finish it by using the same BS method. DM later admitted that he had added 100 extra hit points to the thing before the fight because we keep doing like this. Gravity is busted. Not sure that actually counts as animal cruelty in this context, but either way it worked I guess, so... Why you don't ignore the creative party member? Be not me, DM. Be also not me, board wizard. DM is very generous with loot and magic items, so party has gotten to be fairly wealthy. Flush with cash after a successful adventure, party goes to a high-end weapon shop to upgrade their gear. DM has a ball playing Scott's shopkeeper, haggling with the party over +3 swords and whatnot. Wizard has no use for magic swords or armor because wizard. Thus, the wizard cannot interact with the shopkeeper. Thus, the wizard has nothing to do. Thus, the wizard is bored. Wizard flips through books trying to find something he could do. Sees a picture of a king sitting on a throne. Think. Lightbulb.jpg. Hey DM, can I buy a throne? DM pauses his roleplay and looks over. Huh? What do you need a throne for? I think it would look nice in my tower. Sure, fine. You leave the shop and go to buy a throne for your tower. 2 bits. DM goes back to haggling with the marshals. A few minutes later, the wizard speaks up again. Hey DM, can I get this throne enchanted? What? Why? You'll just have to leave it at home. I wanted to be able to levitate about a foot off the ground so I can look down on any peons who come to visit. Fine, sure. Quotes the wizard a random but probably inflated price, which he pays. A few minutes later, the wizard speaks up again. DM, can I buy a dinghy and pay a sailor at the docks for some rowing lessons? The next adventure takes place on an island, so the wizard's request is reasonable. Sure, 5 bits for the dinghy, 5 more for the lesson. A few more minutes pass and the wizard speaks up again. Hey DM, can I buy some carpenter's tools? DM is clearly getting irritated at this point by the wizard interrupting his roleplay. Sure, fine, 10 bits. Use tools to detach little oar-holding ring fingers from the dinghy and attach to armrests. With new rowing skills, can use oars from dinghy to maneuver the chair. Wizard now has a mobile hover chair. One problem, because the chair is levitating a foot off the ground, getting into the seat is tough. Hey DM, can I buy a footstool? DM turns to the wizard exasperated. Look, if you wanna play interior decorator with your wizard's tower or whatever, fine. You can buy any non-magical items you need. Note what you're buying and we'll figure out the cost later. Okay? Great. Jackpot.jpg. Okay, says the wizard. He buys the footstool and extra wood. Using hammer and nails, he attaches the footstool to the front of the chair, adding simple lever mechanics to allow it to tilt up and down. Reconsiders the oars and buys 2 spears instead. Removes the oar-holding thingies and reattaches to the sides of armrests. He can now stick spears to them and use them to move the chair like a mountain climber with ski poles. Not bad, but we can go bigger. He buys 2 kite shields and 2 tower shields. Affixes the first tower to the back of the chair and the kites to the sides of the chair, offering cover for the occupant while leaving enough room for peripheral vision. He affixes the second tower to the front of the chair. Notices the obvious problem. Think. Buys a hinged door suitable for halfling dwelling. Uses some wood to build out armrests forward, giving legroom. Attaches door to new armrests and attaches tower shield to door. Shield door can now swing open and shut as needed. Wizard has now constructed a medieval one-man hover tank. Not done yet. Tank needs artillery. Checks inventory and notices a large collection of hoarded magic wands. Drills holes into armrests and sticks wands in there. Now has an arsenal of magic attacks literally at his fingertips. Buys 4 more spears. Cuts them down to more manageable lengths and mounts on chair legs with 2 on each side facing forward. Notices a jar of winds in inventory. Recalls another player also has a jar of winds. Wizard buys it from him. Buys metal clamps and uses them to attach jars to either side of the chair below armrests pointing backwards. Chair now has short range thrusters and can perform charging attack. Party, done shopping, gathers at an inn to discuss strategy for tomorrow's adventure. Wizard floats into the room in his brand new custom built hover chair. Shows off wand arsenal, thrusters and the luxurious interior. DM is not sure whether or not he should be upset. Party thinks the chair is awesome, so the DM goes with it for the time being. 2 sessions later, Quest leads the party into 4 elements themed dungeon. Chair burns up in the fire themed room. Worth it. Jesus Christ, all of that for only 2 sessions. I hope the DM didn't overcharge him too much for that. That was a lot of creativity though. Hope the DM was proud of him for that. The power of a god. Party finds the big bad evil guy. He's mid-apotheoses and talks about how he has the power of a god. Party decides they can't stand up to a guy with the power of a god. They leave, and the world ends. Alright then. That's one way to have a campaign go, I guess. Yeah, time to make new characters. Maybe be more clear about it. I don't know, try to nudge them to fight him somehow. Played D&D with family who's never played before this Thanksgiving, and mom turns out to be the MVP. 3.5th edition, a dark and stormy night module. Dad, half-orc barbarian with weapon focus and expertise bastard sword. Mom, elf rogue with a crossbow. Sister, who's a gnome sorcerer, who is also a princess at her suggestion. And me, an NPC, dwarf cleric expect to heal. First encounter. 8 rats. They don't get a hit in. Easy. Lets them just understand that you roll a d20 and then a damage dice. They have absolutely no idea what is going on. The second encounter. 2 hobgoblins and again things go easy. Mom shoots one in the face with sneak attack and kills it instantly. Mom rolls a spot check and the team. The third encounter. Giant spider. Roll for initiative. It misses and then mom shoots it in the face. The fourth encounter. Forget the name, but it's a monster that screeches and can paralyze at the opening of the battle, and I'm sure we're going to wipe. But then mom shoots it in the face and kills it. The fifth encounter, a zombie bugbear that kills dad so I heal him, but he's our tank and he's only got 3 hit points left. I was a little worried and then mom crits and shoots it in the face and kills it. So mom, who had no idea what she was doing, turned out to be the MVP of the session. I'm looking for a level 2 module to run them through for Christmas. This game was a blast. I think mom had fun playing it. Looking for ship incident. Pimi, a 7 feet 400 pound dragonborn. Lift up my 5 feet 5 50 kilogram friend on my shoulders to scout better. He spots sheep and a small house with smoke coming out of it. I ask if he could lift me the same way that I lifted him up. Wordforged Scarecrow made of straws and wood with -1 strength says sure. He rolls a natural 1. While lifting, he loses balance, I crush him, and now 3 of his limbs are detached and the head's deformed. We roll down a hill and I break a finger. He asks me if I could sew him back up. Gather limbs first and find 2 of his limbs nearby and 1 on a tree with birds playing with it. I screamed to scare the birds away and they got so scared that one of them shot an egg. Chop the tree. Fail the check by 1 point. The tree falls on my friend. He's now down to 2 hit points. I attempt to sew and glue him back together, but I fail the DC, so now he has 1 arm for a leg and a leg for an arm, and an arm is attached in the wrong angle. Okay, how do you think that could, why would you think that could go well? The party gets into a bar fight. Be me, Tiefling Monk. Be not me, Ranger, Cleric, Bard, Barbarian, Sorcerer, and Rogue. My monk enters a tavern in a big city. There's a bar fight. Someone slugs the monk in the face. Monk punches back, knocking the man unconscious. Monk beats up a few more commoners before they spot a Warforged. The Warforged looks big and angry. The Warforged starts walking towards the monk. Barbarian and Bard enter the fight. Bard decides this is a perfect time to perform some music. Bard actually gets some tips. Meanwhile, the Barbarian is beating up commoners in typical Barbarian fashion. Monk and Warforged get into a big slugfest. The Barbarian goes over to help out the monk, and the Cleric and Sorcerer enter the room. Cleric casts Guiding Bolt on the Warforged. Cleric just turned the bar fight into a real fight. Rogue also enters the tavern. DM asks the Rogue's player to make an acrobatics check, as the tavern is much more chaotic now. He rolls a natural 1. A few rounds pass and the Rogue is finally able to get into the fight after about 30 IRL minutes. Rogue immediately rolls a natural 1 after attempting to stab the Warforged with a magic dagger. DM asks the Rogue to roll again to see if he falls prone. Rogue rolls yet another natural 1. Rogue falls on his dagger. Meanwhile, the battle has been going well and the Warforged is starting to lose resolve. Enter a random invisible man with longsword. Man with longsword stabs the Cleric, our tank, in the back and leaves him with a single point of health. Oh no. Man with longsword goes for the Rogue next, taking him out of the combat. Man with longsword proceeds to take out the monk before the sorcerer finally gets rid of him. Cleric revives the monk and combat with the Warforged continues. Meanwhile, someone stole the Bard's thieves and the Bard is pissed off. Bard finds the thief and beats the shit out of them. The rest of the party finally kills the Warforged and the local law enforcement finally arrives. Party gets arrested. TLDR, Cleric gets the party arrested in a tavern brawl. That's a bit unusual for the Cleric to do that, but yeah, okay, I guess. Jesus Christ, that was just a complete mess. All of that was just a complete mess. But alright, on that note, that's gonna be it for today's video. So thanks so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you did and subscribe more if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon as well as on YouTube. I appreciate it a lot, so thanks so much for those. Links below if you want to check them out, as well as the subreddit, Discord, and anything else. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching, I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye.